Yo, gamer, Name here. Welcome to another Tekken 7 video, my boys. And today we're going to be taking a look at episode 2 of my character spotlight series. And in episode 2, we're going to be taking a look at Leo. So now with Leo, it's going to be like the complete opposite of Lei Wulong. With Lei, we're talking about why the character is so underrated, how he's so good but no one plays him. But with Leo, in preference, I might be calling Leo he, I might be calling Leo her, I might be calling Leo them. So just keep that in mind. I know there are people who take this very personal for some reason, you know, whether it's a guy or a girl, I don't really care. So I might call him or her or them by various different ways. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's not intentional, but you know, I just don't really care. It's a fictional character for fuck's sakes. Anyway, so yeah. So with Leo, it's like the complete opposite of Lei. So like with Leo, he is considered as one of the strongest characters in the game. Like, no lie, on paper, Leo's tools are probably like, you know, top 3, honestly speaking. His tools are really good. So it's the complete opposite with Leo, or sorry, with Lei. He is very strong on paper, but why does no one play Leo? And I mean at the top level in competitive, no one is really tier-hoing with Leo. And in my opinion, when you look at Leo's tools on paper, this is a character that I feel should be tier-hoed because they really have everything, right? They had their down forward 2 buffed, so now it has like really insane pushback, which makes it very difficult to punish, right? Like, look at that. That happens more than you actually can imagine in a match. The thing about down forward 2 is, I believe it's -13. So if you have your reactions on point and punish with a 12 frame punisher, then you know, kudos to you. But it's very difficult to react to get a maximum punish off of a down forward 2. Now this move is busted in a sense that it never used to launch crouching opponents. It never used to launch crouching opponents until season 4. So now this is like Murdoch level of down forward 2, maybe even better than Murdoch, due to the fact that it can be safe according to the spacing that you do. So as you can see already just a simple down forward 2 is like insane. He has counter moves, he has down 1, which is really good. Magic 4 was buffed, he now gets down forward 3. The timing is a little bit strict, not very consistent, but he can get down forward 3 after that. There we go. You know, so she has a magic 4, down forward 2, you know, down 1, plus frames. He has plus frames for days. He has down 2. He has stance 3. He has a good running 3 as well. You know, he has mix-ups with strings from back 1 or 3-2. Like, bro, it's Leo is very, like, she is very well built. A full crouch mix-up game, which is probably way better than Lee, in my opinion. I mean, in a sense, because with Lee, you really have to mix it up with like alternating 4-2-4, which is risky because it's a mid-high. But with Leo, you have a full crouch, which is launch punishable, of course. Then you have the mids. You can go for the launch, which is unsafe, or you can stay safe by going for upward to 1, which you can combo at high level. If you can do either outstanding 3, Leo gets a combo off of this. But you know, I don't play Leo, so I don't really play him like that, so yeah. So full crouch game, check. With punishment, check. Forward 2 was made safe as well. Really annoying move. Basically a Lee forward 3. Tracking really good. Alright, the distance, because it's a forward input, you can cover insane distance. Homing moves, check. One of the best tracking in the game, actually. One of the best homing moves in the game. This is really good. Like I said, stance 3 is really good as well. Counter circle forward 2-1 actually tracks both sides, so it's basically just a homing move as well. You know. So second hit tracked me. Second hit tracked me as well. You saw that. Like it's very difficult to step. Maybe I might not say 100% homing move, but guys, trust me, this thing will rarely get stepped. It will rarely get stepped. It also depends on the spacing as well. See, I'm sure you've seen Leo players just do like one, right? On a counter hit, he gets a ton of damage. Like, especially at the wall. His wall damage as well is insane. So like, Leo is a fucking complete character. Everybody knows that. Complete character, right? Down forward 1, really good. His stepping is good, you know, cancels. Really good character. So why isn't Leo a tier hole kind of character? So now this might be very controversial for me, but I feel as though, one, Leo is boring. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. There are some characters that everyone can tier hole. You know, characters like Steve, for example. Steve is one of the coolest characters in the game, and everyone knows that. Geese is a freaking cool ass character. Akuma is cool. He's 2D, yes, but he's a cool character. Feng is freaking cool. Zafina is cool. But Leo, I mean, oh man, Leo is just bland. Like, you know, it's white bread. That's what I feel about Leo. I feel that's one of the biggest reasons why she's not picked as much. Now this might be very subjective, right? I know there are a lot of Leo mains, guys, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel about this character. And I'm sure it's like a meme right now, everyone knows, you know. So anyway, that's what I feel about Leo in terms of the first reason as to why he's not picked as much. Secondly, it's a case of having so many good tools that you don't really know which ones to prioritize. I don't know if that makes sense. If a character is very well rounded like Leo, like everything you throw out is a good move, you become very inefficient because you can't really spam that move, because in your mind you're thinking, oh shit, Leo has this move as well. Oh shit, Leo has this move as well, right? It's not like a freaking Steve Hawk, so you just spam back 1 and down forward 2. Right, because those moves are so good and they're very effective. But with Leo, I mean, are you going to use forward 2, or are you going to use forward 2-1? Right? Are you going to use down 1? Are you going to use down 2? Right? Like all these moves, they are really good, but she doesn't really do one thing great. That's the problem with Leo, and I feel it's a bit of a similar situation with Law to some extent. You have so many good tools that you don't do one thing great. So in terms of tracking, Leo is very steppable, right? He doesn't really have that many moves that have like natural tracking, like Steve, for example, you know, or Geese or Negan, right? Just random moves that are not homing, but they have really good tracking. Leo is not the same. Moves like down 1, as good as they are, down 2, you know, upward to 1. All these moves can be easily stepped. So with Leo, you have to throw out your actual homing move to actually track the opponent. That's what really sucks about Leo. Even like back 1, 2, they are very good moves, but they don't have natural tracking to them. So you have to really use your actual homing move, which, as everyone knows, using homing moves in Tekken sucks. Especially having a homing move that just tracks and does nothing on counter hit, like it sucks. You throw out a move that just stops the movement of the opponent, leaves you -9 in their face, it does nothing on counter hit. It's boring, right? You rather throw out a down 1, because if it's on counter hit, right, you get a launch. So like that's the idea. That's the idea. So in my opinion, that's what I feel as though is an issue with Leo, like the natural tracking to his move or his normals. In the first season, like I said, having so many good tools to the point where you don't really know which ones to prioritize. He has strings, he has a full crouch mix up, like I said, you know, he has a hell sweep. So do you want to go 50-50? Do you want to go with poking strings? He has really good lows. Don't get me wrong, one of the best lows in the game, dab, which actually is insane on counter hit. Right, 54 damage, combo damage for your -13 low. That's insane. Also one of the best 10 frame punishers in the game. Oh sorry, 12 frame. So like I said again, guys, it's very basic. She or he or they have so many good moves that we don't really know what to prioritize with Leo. Now what I mean by that is, like, I'm not saying, you know, I don't know which move to use. Just prioritize moves, guys. You need to throw out moves that bring out, you know, the best results in a game. Like the example I gave with down 4-3, right? So if you use a string, for example, down 1, down 1-4, you're deciding to use mix-ups now. You know, you get tired of mix-ups. What are you going to do? You have a life lead, sorry, you're behind the life lead. You start hell sweeping now, right? Mediocre hell sweep with no Oki, compared to like a Zuya or Lei. This is not as good. Counter moves also, like, you only have down 1 and a magic 4. Really good, but because he has strings, you can play him in so many different ways that there's just no one thing that you can do consistently, and that's the biggest issue with Leo. So this won't be as complicated as Lei, because Lei was very in-depth, right? I had to talk about stances, you know, mix-ups and all that jazz, but like Leo, that's all that Leo is basically. But Leo, again, now, so this is one of the best characters in the game on paper. It's very difficult to play Leo at a high level and be very effective. That's why, in my opinion, you don't even see top players playing Leo. Like me has never touched Leo, bro. In the tournament, never touched Leo. Aslan, when Leo was buffed, Aslan was the first one to talk about, oh shit, Leo, right? He even picks Leo in his streams, plays Leo, uploads YouTube videos on Leo. Bro, where is Leo now? Leo is nowhere to be seen. He still plays Konomitsu, he still plays Zafina, because those characters are very effective at what they do. Leo is not that character. Like, I'm sorry Leo means, but she is not that character. Now, I'm not saying Leo is bad, by far. I'll keep on stressing this. One of the best characters in the game, top 5 in my opinion on paper, but practically it's a bit difficult. But put in time, of course. Just know your game plan, know what you prioritize, especially know what you throw out. Like, you want to play a more fishy game with counter hits, right? You want to use strings, because the Leo players are very different. You find Leo players using strings a lot, right? You find Leo players hell sweeping, they shoot out of you with like mix-ups. You find the full crouch mix up Leo with full crouch 3 or standing 2. So Leos are very different, because they do things that they think are effective. Sorry for my dog, guys, really it's making noise. It's like in the middle of the night right now, so he's going crazy. So that's what I feel is wrong with Leo. Excuse me. All in all, freaking top characters. Alright, he even has a backswing blow now. Right, I've seen Ayo Richie use this a lot. Britain Leo player, if I'm not mistaken, EU. So Leo, I haven't used him in a long time. It feels very weird. I love this classic hit from 6, by the way. Man, I miss Tekken 6. Classic Leo, man. So anyway, guys, that's my character spotlight on Leo and why I think he is not used as much as I think should be. I don't know, man. Like, it's very weird. It's kind of like Devojin, right? Devojin is considered a boring character. He's been good for a long time, but how many people play Devojin? Except for my Kodans, me occasionally. Kokoma picked Devojin, I didn't actually do well with him, right? So it's pretty much aesthetic as well, plays a huge role, as well as being good at one specific thing. So anyway, guys, like I said, this is my character spotlight, talking about Leo and why I feel they are not really that great, or, you know, as good as I think they should be. So I really hope you enjoyed my video, my boys. Thank you for the support as usual. If you enjoyed my video, please consider subscribing. I don't know who I'll look at in my next tutorial, but be on the lookout. And thank you, my boys, and GG.